Meditation number 6, Air, for Adventist Vegetarian Diabetics. Begin by finding a comfortable position, sitting or lying down, letting your hands fall loosely in your lap or on your belly. Take a deep cleansing breath, slowly inhaling as much air as you think your lungs can hold. Then exhale slowly, until you think you have breathed out as much air as you can. Now take a few quiet mindful breaths, slowly inhaling while you count to 4. Then slowly exhale while you count to 6. Inhale slowly, count to 4. Exhale slowly, count to 6. Inhale slowly, count to 4. Exhale slowly, count to 6. Continue your mindful breathing while you focus on these words of inspiration. God giveth to all life and breath, and all things. In order to have good blood, we must breathe well. Full, deep inspirations of pure air, which fill the lungs with oxygen, purify the blood. The stomach, liver, lungs and brain are suffering for want of deep, full inspirations of air which would electrify the blood and impart to it a bright, lively color, and which alone can keep it pure, and give tone and vigor to every part of the living machinery. The pure, invigorating air of heaven is God's free gift to men and women, and it is impossible for them to be cheerful, healthful, and happy unless they appreciate these rich bounties and allow them to answer the purpose for which they were designed. The influence of pure, fresh air is to cause the blood to circulate healthfully through the system. It refreshes the body and tends to render it strong and healthy, while at the same time its influence is decidedly felt upon the mind, imparting a degree of composure and serenity. It excites the appetite and renders the digestion of food more perfect, and induces sound, sweet sleep. We are more dependent upon the air we breathe than upon the food we eat. Men and women, young and old, who desire health, and who would enjoy active life, should remember that they cannot have these without a good circulation. Whatever their business and inclinations, they should make up their minds to exercise in the open air as much as they can. Your lungs, deprived of air, will be like a hungry person deprived of food. Indeed, we can live longer without food than without air, which is the food that God has provided for the lungs. The lungs are constantly throwing off impurities, and they need to be constantly supplied with fresh air. The health of the entire system depends upon the healthy action of the respiratory organs. The strength of the system is, in a great degree, dependent upon the amount of pure, fresh air breathed. If the lungs are restricted, the quantity of oxygen received into them is also limited, the blood becomes vitiated, and disease follows. Want to feel better and possibly improve your diabetes control, without trying very hard? Several studies indicate that spending 1 or more hours a day outside can have those benefits. We have the privilege and responsibility to ensure that our body receives the purest, freshest air possible. We also need to care for the environment and do all we can to prevent and minimize air pollution. Researchers at the Helmholtz Zentrum München, HCM, have found that exposure to local air pollution increases the risk of developing insulin resistance for people with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes. A study finding suggests that the risk of diabetes rises dramatically between the lowest possible exposure levels and the EPA guidelines for air quality standards. In other words, even at levels that are officially deemed safe, the risk is still significant. This new study, which aimed to find new evidence, uncovered proof that pollution can have an even greater impact on health, possibly leading to the development of diabetes. The doctor of the future will give no medicine, but will involve the patient in the proper use of food, fresh air, and exercise. The risk of having difficulty breathing can be reduced by maintaining good diabetes control and a healthy body weight. The 8 Laws of Health. Pure air, sunlight, abstemiousness, temperance, rest, exercise, proper diet, the use of water, trust in divine power, these are the true remedies.